Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll solve one more problem in which we have to calculate the taxable income from house property. Mr. X inherited a house from his father. The construction of the house was completed on 31st August 2021. During the financial year 22-23, its municipal value was fixed at rupees 25,000. He paid municipal taxes of rupees 2,000 during the year. The house had been let out for 4 months from April to July. So only the house was let out for 4 months. Only 4 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ house rent ನ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು at 3,000 per month. For the remaining part of the previous year, the house was self-occupied for residents. So 4 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಓನರೇ ಬಂದು ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. But in the eyes of tax, it is considered to be let out throughout the year. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ವರ್ಷ ಅದನ್ನ ಲೆಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ house charges, insurance premium 100, urban land tax, collection charges. So these three expenses also you have to ignore. To meet all these expenses only, they will give standard deduction. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಲೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಳಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. Interest on loan taken for the construction of the house is rupees 4,000. So rupees 4,000 was the interest taken by him. That has to be considered. Compute the taxable income from house property for the assessment year 23-24. So we have to compute the taxable income from the house property. Let us solve the problem. So take 3 columns as usual. Particulars, amount, rupees, only one house they have given. First we have to compare municipal rental value with fair rental value. So in the question they have given that municipal value was fixed at 25,000. Fair rental value they have not given, it is 0. Out of which whichever is higher, that is 25,000, will be considered as notional rent. Now that notional rent will be compared with standard rent. So notional rent we have found out it is 25,000. Standard rent they have not given in the question, so it will be 0. If anything 0 is there, I have told you have to ignore. So 25,000 will only be the reasonable expected rent. This reasonable expected rent should be considered with actual rent. So actual rent, the formula to find out actual rent, okay, the formula to find out actual rent is annual rent minus unrealized rent. So annual rent, here the house has been let out for only 4 months. 4 ತಿಂಗಳಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾತ್ರ let out ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 3,000 is the per month rent and let out for 4 months. 3,000 into 4 months is 12,000. Out of these two, whichever is higher, that is 25,000, it will be considered as GAV before vacancy period loss. From that we have to deduct the vacancy period loss. They have not given any information pertaining to vacancy period loss. After deducting that, we will get GAV after deducting vacancy period loss. ಅದನ್ನ subtract ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ GAV after deducting vacancy period loss ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. From that we have to minus the municipal tax paid by the assessee. So in question they have given that he paid municipal taxes of rupees 2,000 during the year. So he has paid the municipal tax. So municipal tax he has paid, that is 2,000 during the year. So I'll subtract the municipal tax 2,000 rupees from 25,000. If I subtract 2,000, the net annual value will be 23,000. Now on this NEV we will give deductions under section 24. First the deduction we will give, that is standard deduction, that is 30% on NAV. NAV is 23,000. 23,000 into 30% will be 6,900. The second deduction will be interest on borrowed capital. So the interest on loan taken for the construction of houses 4,000 rupees. So 4,000 deduction will be given. So the total deduction applicable is 6,900 plus 4,000, it is 10,900. So if I subtract deduction from net annual value, I will get the taxable income from house property, that is 12,100 rupees. This is how we need to solve the problem. Hope you have understood how to solve the problem. In my next video, I'll come back with some more problems related to income from house property.